At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce you to a man who has served on the Thousand Oaks City Council since 2018 and is currently serving his first term as mayor. Along with Sue, his wife of 40 years, and their children, Liz and Scott, he moved to Thousand Oaks in June of 1990, drawn to the area by its natural beauty and importantly by its community of engaged residents. He spent 26 years of his career as a paramedic, apparatus operator, and fire captain. Ultimately, he was appointed fire chief and served until his retirement in December 2005. Bob has been recognized with several distinguished awards for volunteerism and remains committed to doing his part to make our community a better place. Please give a very warm welcome to Mayor Bob Engler.
Well, thank you, Jill. I really appreciate that introduction. And truly, I'm honored to be here today to celebrate this outstanding year that the City of Thousand Oaks has had and to mention a few of the accomplishments that we have been able to come to bear. And we're grateful that we are able to bring this State of the City address back here to the Gilbert Sports Arena. It's always amazing to see the transformation of the sports arena to this venue. Nice job by CLU. Yeah. And I'd also like to thank our two gracious hosts, without whom this event could not happen. It's the Conejo Valley Chamber of Commerce and CLU. We can't thank them enough. As I look around the room, I see so many friends and colleagues. To our friends from our neighboring cities, I welcome you. I also see members of the school board and members of the Recreation and Parks District, whose efforts add so much to our community. Together we serve the same residents, and we make Conejo our home. One of the finest features of Thousand Oaks is its people and the fabric of so many nonprofit organizations that join with the city to help people in need. Thank you to all who supported our local food pantry, Manna. Where's my Manna people? Bringing a donation of food helps them assist people during this holiday season. In addition to food donations, we work with the Chamber to do something completely new. Usually, you'll find a little tchotchke of some sort on your table as a gift for you to bring home, but this year we decided that we would help take those funds and work with two of our local nonprofits, Adelante Comunidad over here, and also Safe Passage. We're able to take those funds and provide them with collapsible wagons and coolers, both of which they need for their outreach to the community. I personally volunteer with both agencies, and I'm looking forward to seeing those things in action helping the community. I'd also like to thank my family and friends who are here today to enjoy this afternoon with us. Like many of you, my family has spread across the country, and they are here with me now in a spirit of joy for this occasion. But with me today is my beautiful wife, Sue. She has stood next to me for many years, but especially this year while I was mayor, and we have all been the better for it. So thank you, Sue. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a minute to recognize my colleagues on the council here at the dais. Mayor Pro Tem Ed Jones. Down at the far end there, we have Councilmember Al Adam. Councilmember Kevin McNamee. And someone we all have looked up to over the years, Councilmember Claudia Bill de la Peña. You know, making the important public policy decisions that we are required to do as council members requires some vision, engagement, compromise, and this city council has worked together this year to accomplish our collective goals to the benefit of the community. Little of what we have achieved would have been possible without all of these people's dedication. The council and I would also like to take a minute to recognize a couple of our city staff, without whom nothing could be done. They have shown tremendous effort and dedication to service this year. We want to acknowledge Tara Tosado. In her short time as a revenue operations manager, she has implemented a new business license system software, is in the process of implementing 2 other softwares, and is assisting in the complex land management system implementation. Next, we acknowledge Tracy Stockton, out in the back here. Tracy's an office supervisor at the library, and she has exceptional internal and external customer service skills. She handles our library passport system and ensures that people can make appointments seamlessly and complete the process efficiently. She serves her internal customers by being a brilliant problem solver and as a sounding board for library administration. Let's give a big hand for our 2 employees. The City of Thousand Oaks strives to be an employer of choice, and these 2 employees are a great example of the type of people we have to serve our public. And finally, I would like to extend my thanks to our residents for having the confidence in our council to lead this city and maintain all that we are so proud of. It has been an honor to serve as your 58th mayor. Now let's reflect on what a great year 2022 has been. 2022 was far from a status quo type year. Coming out of the depths of our pandemic response, our team jumped immediately into one of the largest undertakings in the city's history, a transition to the new waste hauler. We spent much of 2021 going through a comprehensive RFP process and landed on a sole provider. Our partnership with Athens Services has dramatically improved our ability to provide the best possible service to our residents. They embody public service at every turn. The fact that the contract will save our residents many thousands of dollars is a testament to the need that we go out to bid for this program. Perhaps most importantly, and thanks to the dedicated teams from both the city and from Athens, we successfully transitioned 130,000 residents and businesses to a new solid waste system. While it's not widely known, we made that transition and simultaneously became one of the first cities in the state to become fully compliant with the new Senate Bill 1383 that requires new organic and composting legislation. Part of what we do as city council members is we attend conferences. At those conferences, I still see other cities struggling to accomplish what we already have done. As the community settled into the new waste hauler contract and made note of their new pickup dates, another challenge was lurking just around the corner, and that was the drought. Drought is not new to California, but this year, a new level of persistent and intense water shortages had to be addressed. Many of you know that our beautiful city is 100% reliant on water from Lake Oroville up in Northern California. While there's little groundwater for us to tap into, the drought became particularly acute for us here in Thousand Oaks. Coping with this level of drought is new to many of us, and I appreciate and applaud all of you who have stepped up and leaned into conservation and focused on better uses for the water that we do have. Give yourself a round of applause. Because of you, we have avoided a total outdoor water ban. While this is still a possibility, I encourage everyone to continue taking steps towards sustainable use of water through appropriate landscape uses and also indoor uses reduction whenever possible. As a city, we took aggressive action immediately to reduce our water usage by over 50%. We stopped watering our ornamental lawns, such as the lawn out in front of City Hall, updated our sprinkler heads to be low flow or totally drip, focused on our most valuable landscape asset, our trees. By reducing water on our non-native plants, we are better able to care for our urban forest. As we continue to explore these options to improve water, I ask you all to continue to spread the message about conservation and responsible use of waters with your family, friends, and your neighbors. So even as climate change drove us to look for new solutions, we must also remember that there's challenges that face every city in the entire state and, yes, in the entire country. Affordable housing, shelter, access to services has been and always will be a major focus of this council. This year we made incredible strides to provide opportunities for those who need it the most. Our team worked tirelessly to complete the rigorous task of applying for a Project Home Key funding. After months of review and feedback, the city secured $27 million to invest in the city's first permanent supportive housing facility. The funding allowed for acquisition of the former Quality Inn, which is currently under renovation, to become 77 units of permanent supportive housing for people who would otherwise not be able to maintain a house over their head. These folks will be able to keep their housing through the assistance of a comprehensive wraparound services that will provide stability, training, and a consistent need to keep themselves housed. Successes like this are not done in isolation. It was made possible through the strong partnerships with the Conejo Valley Unified School District, with our Recreation and Parks District, with Ventura County, Assemblywoman Jackie Irwin, among many others who helped to bring this vision to reality. We are proud of the work of our partner agencies, Shangri-La Industries and Step Up on Second, who have taken the lead to ensure that this project is a safe, supportive, and most importantly, productive space for those who arrive early next year to take up residence. Let's take a moment now to take a revisit on that day that we broke ground on this new facility. Securing that $27 million in home key funding to address homelessness in our community was a very significant event for our community. Today, we're going to break ground on a most important and practical project to date. This project will help people begin again and provide significant support for whatever needs to build their confidence, give them stability, and create a path for them to move forward.
The unique proposition that we're offering here today is that we are bringing private sector dollars to what's traditionally been a public sector problem. And I think the efficiencies of what we bring in partnership with Step Up, who is all about the property management and supportive services, are creating an opportunity for the state and for local government to take taxpayer dollars and move them further.
In addition to these 77 units that will be coming online later this year, early next year, our teams are currently hard at work to bring another life-changing project to fruition. That is a navigation center. Navigation centers are critical entry points into a system of care where people can regain their footing. A short-term, supportive housing solution, people can find a secure, reliable place to stay and find the stability that they need through intensive supported services that include therapy, drug addiction interventions, skills training, and much more. The people that enter a navigation center will be on their way to finding permanent housing and effectively breaking that cycle of homelessness. There's no magic solution to our homeless issues, but opportunities like the Navigation Center have proven to make an impactful change. We are thrilled to start work with our partner agencies that were selected by our Homeless Ad Hoc Committee, led by Claudia Bill de la Peña, and approved by this council only 1 week ago. Many Mansions, Dignity Moves, and Hope of the Valley Rescue Mission are that team. The team brings decades of knowledge and experience and the right approach to achieve sustainable, long-term solutions for homelessness. 2022 also gave the council an opportunity to consider investments in the creation of affordable housing. In 2021, the council voted to acquire the former Hillcrest School site. A nearly 4-acre property in the center of town, it is full of potential and will be designated as a 100% affordable housing site. After a thoughtful RFP process, we selected a contractor, People's Self-Help Housing Corporation, to build 78 units of for-sale, affordable, and moderate-income housing, dramatically increasing the number of residences for our workforce that helps keep our town running. We will soon be able to provide for-sale affordable housing to teachers, the hospital staff, and so many more folks in our town who work here and would love to live here. I am proud of this council's work on the social challenges we've took this year and look forward to more opportunities in the coming year to find sustainable solutions that we can all agree to. Our experience in the last couple of years with COVID has really indicated that the trends that were in place before COVID were accelerated by it. The trend toward online purchases and remote work increased and has resulted in underutilized retail and office spaces throughout the city. The council responded by approving several infill conversions of abandoned retail spaces, such as the old Kmart site, which is now going to be the T.O. Ranch location that we're all looking forward to. And we've also found office spaces that are no longer needed for traditional workspaces. These projects will provide more housing than has been approved in the past 10 years, along with 114 affordable housing units. Our draft land use element for our general plan will continue to target infill while preserving our treasured open space. Let's take a look at some of the other things the city has done this year. 2022 started off with a bang when our local NFL team wound up winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, deserves a little applause. Not every city is lucky enough to have an NFL city who works out in their town. And we were fortunate to have the Rams in our community. We were further thrilled when they decided to start their Lombardi Trophy Tour right here in Thousand Oaks. We gathered out on the City Hall lawn, and thousands of you came to celebrate not just a trophy, but a return to in-person events. The excitement was palpable, and the relief of spending time together as a community once again was a great moment. Along with the Rams, we welcomed Angel City to our town as well. They are the first professional women's soccer team in the entire area. CLU graciously has hosted them again, and they've made a great facility for them, and we are lucky to have them in our town as well. Our city always strives to have the best possible experiences and services for the community, and the RAM event and having Angel City here is just another example of what it means to us, that to have each of you part of our community. With all of you in mind, the city carefully budgets, and our finance department is over here to my left. They are what gives us the ability to do much of what we do. We are rated as one of the cities in the country in the best financial health and have received a AA+ rating from Standards & Poor's. Our finance team manages a multi-million-dollar budget and maximizes each dollar and invests in the future. As we move into our next year, we have a new budget cycle, and I encourage each of you to get involved and provide feedback and participate in any opportunities to let us know what services and what aspects of the city you would like to see us enhance. With that careful budgeting and long-term planning, our Public Works Department continues to improve infrastructure like roads and increase the use of city's renewable resources. This year, the team completed 55 miles of roadway paving, updated 16 miles of bike lanes, increased overall safety by adding curb ramps, new crosswalks, and upgrading old crosswalks. Roadway safety is always our priority, and the team is consistently monitoring roads for every opportunity for improvement. But while roadways get the most attention, large strides were made this year in trying to get access to renewable resources, especially through solar. Our efforts to improve our carbon footprint continue at a wonderful pace. Just last month, the Civic Arts Plaza joined other city buildings by having a Tesla power storage unit installed that will allow basic operations should we ever get another power safety shutoff and be off the grid. The Municipal Service Center now features 3 solar canopies that provide shade to our buses and other vehicles, but also generates the power needed to power those buses, because we are going toward buying new EV buses that will be powered on site by our own solar displays. We expect those fleets to start rolling out in 2023, so look for the new quiet EV buses coming out soon. Our theaters, after 2 years of COVID, had a banner year. With the difficult closures and limited access, our arts and cultures team is working at full speed now. This year, the theaters distributed more than 106,000 tickets, welcomed 95,000 people through the doors, and hosted 163 performances. The theaters were in use 237 days this year, with different activities from film and television production to rehearsals and performances. With partnerships with TO Arts, Conejo Recreation and Parks District, and support from other community organizations, we presented 8 very successful events all around Thousand Oaks as part of the 5th annual Pop-Up Arts and Music Festival. And we also supported TO Arts in their expansion of the After Dark performances at Stagecoach Inn. Let's give our cultural people a big hand. We can't forget our libraries, and I hope you've all had a chance to visit our libraries over this last year. This year was the Grant R. Brimhall's 40th anniversary, and we provided a fun-filled week of 80s themed activities, including movie marathons, theme days, and an impressive replica of an old Tilt arcade in the community room. We were grateful to get to celebrate the 40th anniversary with Mr. Brimhall himself, who was pivotal in the library's creation and in its ongoing success. This year, our library circulated 850,000 materials, saw nearly 500,000 visitors, and continues to add special items to circulation, including video games, has kept a keen focus on digital materials, in-person and virtual classes, and more. And if you don't have a library card, the library is now offering a special edition 40th anniversary design, as well as a new kids card in the shape of a conejo. Service expansion and improvement is a priority of the staff and council. And few of the things I've talked about so far represent that as much as the city's new land use program, TO24. Launched just this November, TO24 is the city's new enhanced and integrated virtual service system for property owners and residents and business owners seeking authorization from city departments on a range of activities ranging from residential and commercial development to business operations. TO24 will provide customers with 24-hour online access to submit applications, seek permits and approvals, initiate and execute plan checks, schedule inspections, review those inspection status and results, make payments, and access parcel-specific information. As we look toward additional services, 2023 will see extensive work on the city's website that will improve access to information on any device and minimize downtime and full accessibility compliance. We on the council are often given credit for the hard work of staff. Let's take a moment to applaud the incredible team we have at the city that continues to impress services and make improvements that the community enjoys, and thank them for their dedication to making Thousand Oaks the best place to live, work, and play. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a few thoughts about change. We all love this community for many reasons, but one reason is universal. This community cares deeply about enhancing what the charm of Thousand Oaks is. Many are challenged by change, and some even see it as a scary word. A few years ago, we became acutely aware that change is unavoidable. The very way we conducted our meetings and outreach had to change. But because of those changes, we have been able to get more participation from our residents in our meetings and more engagement than ever before. We are changing our city council. Our esteemed colleagues Ed and Claudia will be leaving, and they have given over the years untold hours and made contributions to making this town what it is today. And now we welcome Mikey and David to join us on the council. And we embrace the change that they will bring to our deliberations. Change happens and can bring many welcome benefits with it. Change is something that can be managed, and we must take every opportunity to lean in when we can. A key to managing that change in our city is going to be the general plan update. The general plan update has been several years in the making, with a process involving hundreds of hours of community engagement that will culminate in a final plan that will guide the city through 2045. The general plan provides a roadmap that works to protect our open space, our single-family residence neighborhoods, while also allowing for desperately needed additional housing and a shift toward a more vibrant downtown core that supports and expands access to the arts and events. Change also means continuing to adapt and prepare to plan for the needs of so many in our community. We continue to welcome all to our community and to encourage everyone to join with us in making Thousand Oaks a better place. Ongoing, sustainable approaches to provide shelter and services and affordable housing will remain key priorities for years to come. And while we dream of the day we can all say we've eliminated homelessness in our community, we must continue to take those positive steps toward our ultimate goal and make that dream closer to reality. Change is the path to the future, and we can all learn to do more to embrace it, to evaluate it, to approach it with thoughtful intention. However, there's one thing I know that will never change in our beautiful community. It is our goal of creating and preserving a Thousand Oaks for generations to come. Thank you and bless you all, and may your holiday season bring you joy and peace. And thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much.